everyone, and welcome back to the Sedona International Film Festival, where we're celebrating our 25th anniversary. I'm Carol Kahn, and we're coming to you live from the Sedona Rouge Hotel. Sedona Rouge Hotel and Spa is one of our sponsors, along with Digitech and Black Magic Design. We would love to thank our sponsors for participating in our big anniversary. And I'm loving to introduce you to Alexa, whose film is The Trial of Mary Astor.
Scandal. The Trial of Mary Astor.
Yes, thank you, and welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. So is this your first time in Sedona?
Yes, it is.
Yes?
Yes.
And how are you liking it so far?
Well, so far it's been kind of rushed because we got here yesterday, and we had a screening of Scandal yesterday. Both screenings are sold out. So it's kind of unbelievable right now. But then I walked to the Safeway and I was able to actually look at some of the rocks around and see how beautiful it is.
Yeah, it is. It's very different. So you're living in Atlanta, Georgia,
Yes.
correct? Yes. And tell us a little bit about the film.
Well, in 1936, Mary Astor is best known for The Maltese Falcon with Humphrey Bogart. That's how most people know her, film noir. But in 1936, her husband stole her diaries, and she kept detailed diaries. She wrote down everything, and I mean everything. And she was having an affair with George S. Kaufman. So the husband stole the diaries, took her house, took her money, took custody of Marilyn, the little girl, and got a divorce. And this is about her trial to get Marilyn, the daughter, back. Meanwhile, at the same time, she's making one of the great movies of her career. So she's making the movie during the day and going to the courtroom at night. And the movie's Dodsworth, and she's playing a wonderful character named Edith Courtwright, and she starts channeling that character on the stand at night. So it's multi-layered.
Right, and we do have a trailer of your film.
That's the best part.
Yep.
Such a stunningly elegant beauty.
Don't make
She obviously had this uninhibited side that she loved sex and wrote about it.
This is a custody case where people's morals are in question.
But here she is, developing a relationship with a man 24 years older than her.
There's something about her where you never know everything.
In the end, it was a case about a child and what was best for that child.
Wow. How did you even find out about this story?
Well, I've always loved movies, and I was at Turner Classic Movies from day one. I started February 1st, 1994, when Robert Osborne first started on the channel. No internet, Carol, no internet. So I'd be on the set with my books. And if he said, well, this is the fifth movie that Harlow made with Gable, I'd have to go, was it? And I'd have to open up the films of Jean Harlow, the films of Clark Gable, and cross-reference it. But anyway, I was there for 23 years, got very close with Osborne. He's one of my great friends. But then Time Warner came in, and I got severance. So I had time to think about what I might want to do. Meanwhile, Robert and I had always talked about how interesting Astor was because she's so wonderful in these film noir movies. And then 5 years later, she's over at MGM playing Perfect Mothers and older women. She was in Meet Me in St. Louis and Little Women, the 49 version. So it's a strange career, and the more you dig into her life, she was kept a prisoner by her parents. She started in silent pictures because the father thought she'd be his meal ticket. And they went out to LA, and they really kept her away from everybody. And then she happened to meet John Barrymore on the set of Beau Brummel, and he seduced her. I mean, that's just part of it. So, it goes from there. But basically, I knew a lot about actors and actresses from being the research person at Turner Classic Movies.
I'm sorry, were you going to say something else?
No.
No.
I'm done.
You're done.
But anyway, meanwhile, I started work on it. It took me 2 years, my own money, and 7 different interviews. And I was able to get in touch with Marilyn, the daughter, and she's the keystone of the whole thing. And then I knew Molly Haskell, whose voice you just heard. She narrated a piece I did at Turner Classic Movies. I knew Leonard Maltin because I escorted him every year at the Turner Classic Movies Film Festival. We've gotten to be good friends. Then Robert Osborne suggested Kevin Thomas, the LA Times critic. I was able to get William Wyler, the great director who did Ben-Hur and Wuthering Heights. I got his son to comment on Dodsworth because he directed that. And also a psychiatrist to talk about Astor because her life is so strange. And meanwhile, I was going to get Robert, but he died. So I was surprised to get an envelope in the mail, and he had left me money in his will to finish the documentary.
Oh my goodness.
So I went up to New York to his memorial service. The next day I had my interview with Molly in New York, and I looked down and I knew it was Robert's birthday because we held the memorial the day before. And I looked down and it was Mary Astor's birthday too.
So everything kind of just was synchronized in
Yes.
this whole entire film
Yes.
process.
Just
for you.
fell into place. And it's dedicated to Robert.
Awesome. Now, did I just hear you correctly that you spoke with Mary Astor's daughter?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Marilyn.
Marilyn. So what was her take on all of this? And she was really the central figure and point of this
Well,
story.
to her, it's dirty laundry. And she was 4 years old. And she, it's as if you asked me about my parents' divorce. Why would I want to talk about it? But she, she was a brick. She was a really good sport. And, that's going to be probably in her obituary line, that she's the girl in the child custody trial. Because that's as much as Mary Astor did, that was in her obituary line, that she'd kept these diaries.
How long from the process of you knowing about this particular film and actually putting it through to completion did it take?
2 years. I mean, from starting on it, I had to earn money to go out to LA or to go to Utah or to go to New York. So it was bit by bit. But once I got Maryland, things started falling into place. So yes, and then the graphics that you saw, and also the editing were done by two great friends of mine at Turner Classic Movies, free.
Do you feel like that your opportunity to work at Turner Classic actually A, inspired, but B, helped you along to do this particular film?
Absolutely. All my friends at TCM did this for free with just a credit. Lee Grant offered to do the narration free. I did pay her. But I mean, yes, it all fell into place, and it's all because of Turner Classic Movies. And of course, the end result was working there for 23 years. Then I came back, now a contract player, worker for him now, fact checking. But I was able to premiere the movie at the Turner Classic Movies Film Festival. So I needed a talent escort. I didn't have to take Leonard around. I needed an escort this time. So it's full circle.
Yeah. It is full circle.
And funny.
I love it, but it's like we could look back, at our lives, and we can actually see, timelines of things that happen that open up doors for us to move forward.
I mean, this was a dream come true.
Oh, that's awesome. So is this your first film, correct?
Solo one, first and last. I did a documentary on the Munchkins back in 2001 and got to interview 7 of the Munchkins. That was called Memories of Oz, but that was in conjunction with the network. This is the only documentary I think I'll do. I mean, it took, as I say, 2 years. And yeah, I think I've achieved my goal.
Yeah, but I think you need to do a comedy.
You're doing it right now. Cinema verite.
We'll put this down in your journal for that.
Don't keep a diary.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do that, right? So how can people find out about your film?
Well, I'm not on social media. I feel like I'm too old to get it. But we're on Vimeo, the trailer and the movie. Also, the Turner Classic Movies fan Facebook page. They're right there behind me. A lot of good friends help me, as production assistants on the picture. So that's a way. Also, I'll ultimately have a website. Plus, TCM has been asking me to come host it on the network, so it'll be shown on Turner Classic Movies.
Well, you'll have to keep us posted on that, I
I
promise.
will.
All right. All right. And your film is going to be shown where?
It's going to be shown in the Mary D. Fisher Theater on Saturday at 1 o'clock.
Okay, awesome.
But it's sold out. Sorry.
You can't sneak me in?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being with us
Thanks
and
for
sharing your
having me.
film. So, yes, I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Okay.
Like
Thank
tonight,
you.
maybe, I don't know, at
Yes.
the party. Are you going to be at the party?
I don't know. It's at 9. If you're going to be there, I'll try to stay away.
All right, good. And we will be back with more from the Sedona International Film Festival after this.